Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome if you are new. My name is Charlene, and on this channel, we focus on everything beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if you like my style, why don't you subscribe and you stay a while. In today's video, we are reviewing 3 of the new releases that they put out during this winter time. So they released several winter fragrances, and I picked a few during the sales that I was most interested in, and I picked them up in the travel sizes to see what I think of them, to see if they will be full body worthy. So if you want to see my thoughts on Ellis Brooklyn Queens Caramel, Skylar's Double Dates, that is in collaboration with Leah Kateb, and Phlur's Afterglow. I already did my 4 days wear test on these, and I also just resprayed them so I can refamiliarize myself with them. I have my notes in front of me, so if you want to see my thoughts on these 3 fragrances, then just stay tuned. All right, so let's start out with Phlur's Afterglow. And I'll pop up some of the imagery or whatever that they released for this fragrance, because they really are promoting this fragrance as something that ignites a spark. So let me tell you how what the site says about this one. It says, for their description, Afterglow evokes the spark and exhilarating rush of a first connection. Bursts of citrus and apricot awaken the senses, and Brett and lavender milk softens the moment, and warm cashmere woods leave a magnetic, lingering glow. All right, so when you look up the actual full fragrance notes list, it has it listed as, in the top notes, citrus splash, apricot skin, coconut foam. So then in the heart notes, the mid notes, it has lavender milk, ambrette, and vanilla. And then in the base, it has sandalwood, amber, and cashmere woods. So whenever I wore this fragrance, it immediately gave me creamy, smooth coconut vibes. Like, that's the vibes that it gives me. So like I said, I got it in the travel. This is, what size is this travel? Let's pull it out and see here if it tells you. On the back it says it's a 9.5 mil. That's odd. They're normally either 7 or 10 or whatever, but this says 9.5. This is what it looks like in the travel. And you can see about how much I used for my wear test, right? But yes, when you initially spray this, I immediately pick up on the coconut. I mean, you smell the citrus, you smell the apricot, but I immediately pick up on the coconut foam. It is a nice, creamy, smooth coconut scent to me. That lavender comes in. It's not the aromatic in-your-face lavender at all. It is that smooth, like I said, because it has lavender milk, it is a creamy lavender scent in here. So that lavender milk, I resprayed everything. So yeah, this lavender milk is just a nice creamy lavender scent. So then it goes down into more creaminess with the woods. So it just stays in that same type of profile where it stays creamy throughout the whole journey of it, but it just adds a little bit of more elements. So it has the apricot and the citrus with the creaminess of the coconut in the beginning, but then it goes into a creamy lavender scent, and then it goes into creamy woods. So it keeps that same creamy element throughout the whole journey of the fragrance. So it's not in your face, it's not doing too much, and so it has a nice sweetness about it throughout the whole time too, but not too sweet. So for me, this is a beautiful fragrance. To me, this is definitely one that I would say I would go out and get a bigger bottle of. This reminds me of like the Rare Beauty one that she just released, Rare. from Selena Gomez. That fragrance, it reminds me of that fragrance as well. So if you love that fragrance, you should love this one. It kind of also gives me just slightly a little bit of the Best Weighted Vanilla vibes from Victoria's Secret, but just slightly, not too much. But it's probably because of the creaminess throughout. It's what's putting me in the same mindset as that one. That's what it's giving me. But this Phlur Afterglow, I love this fragrance. This smells gorgeous. This would definitely be on my list along with my Phlur Father Figure perfume that I still want to get a bigger bottle of. But this is a very good one. I do enjoy this one a lot. So that is Phlur's Afterglow. That one was a hit for me. And I would say is full bottle worthy. And I would also say that the longevity of this one was quite good, because if it gets 6+ hours for me, to me, that's a hit. And it did meet that mark for me. So that's another plus for this one. And it did garner me a couple of compliments. So that is high marks for me for Phlur Afterglow. The next one that I'm going to go over with you is this Skylar one. So Skylar Double Date is this one. This one is the one that is, when I was researching more about this fragrance, is in collaboration with Leah Kateb. This is one of her first fragrances, and she did it in collaboration with them. Skylar fragrances aren't known for having great longevity, so this one was getting a lot of attention because people were saying that, you know, the longevity of this one was higher. And because of it being a nice gourmand fragrance, I decided to give it a go. I got it in this travel. I believe I picked it up during the Sephora sale. But let me tell you what they had to say about Double Dates on the Skylar site. So Skylar says that Double Dates is the scent of indulgence in a warm, elevated gourmand fragrance. Rich brown sugar and sweet dates blend with sticky toffee for a craveable, cozy sweetness. And then Leah, who this is in collaboration with, wrote, "Creating my first fragrance with Skylar has been a dream come true. I wanted something that felt warm, delicious, and totally edible. And Double Dates is exactly that. With rich brown sugar, sticky toffee, and sweet dates, this is the ultimate cozy gourmand I'm completely obsessed with." So let me tell you about the notes for this one. The top notes is cinnamon, sweet dates, and walnut delight. Middle notes of benzoin, sticky toffee, and vanilla absolute. And base note of sandalwood, brown sugar, cocoa butter. Now this one is a 10 ml. So let me show you what this one looks like as well. So this is what the Skylar's Double Date looks like in a 10 ml. You can see about how much I used of this one. And this is twist off, and it's a roller ball. So the travel comes in a roller ball. So what is my thoughts on this one? When I spray this one, on my skin chemistry, you smell the dates, you smell some of the cinnamon, but on my skin chemistry, this one smells like cough syrup. Yes. And I was so disappointed in that, because this one here, I was looking forward to a lot, because like I said, a lot of the people was talking about that, you know, Skylar fragrances, if you're going to try one, you know, you want one that's going to last long. I only have a couple of Skylar fragrances in my collection, and I was looking forward to this one. Now, whenever I was doing my research on the actual notes, like, why am I getting that, like, cough syrupy type vibe? One of the notes in here, benzoin. Benzoin can have a balsamic and a resinous, warm scent about it. And I think my skin chemistry and that scent, that particular note, isn't vibing well. Like, when I smell the toffee, I do pick up on the toffee in here. Like I said, I pick up on the cinnamon. I love date scent. I'll have other perfumes with dates, so I don't have a problem with dates. I love brown sugar and sandalwood. Like, all the notes were speaking to me. But I'm like, what is in here that is off-putty on my skin? Like, what is it that is sticking out in this fragrance that is not working for me? Like, and that's the only thing that I could pinpoint that it could be, is that benzoin in here is not working on my skin chemistry. Like, I could see people absolutely loving this scent, and I wish that I love the scent. But when I first put it on, and for, you know, a good hour or so, I get whiffs of the some of the other scent notes, but I'm always still, like, it's in the back of my mind, it's reminding me of like a Robitussin or some type of cough syrup that I don't like. So that's what's making it be off-putty for me. So to me, this would not be one that I will be getting a full bottle of, and I don't even know if I'm going to keep this. Like, I showed you, I tested it. I used about that much of it because it, as a rollerball, this is a strong scent. Now, you're going to smell this. It has some good longevity to it, so they did good with hitting that mark on that. But on my skin chemistry, something is off in this scent, and I believe it's the benzoin. That's the only thing that I can think that it could be. And it could be the Walnut Delight either, because I don't know what notes they put in there to make up that Walnut Delight, because I do have benzoin in other fragrances, and I haven't had that problem. So I don't know what it is. It could be the mixture of the benzoin and the Walnut Delight. And it may just be the Walnut Delight. I don't know what the particular note is in Walnut Delight. Whatever it is, it's off-putty to me. So Skylar Double Dates for me is a no. I don't like the way that is vibing with my skin chemistry, but I can see people loving that scent. Like, absolutely loving that scent. If you're a gourmand girly like I am, I can see if that worked, if that did not give me those vibes, I would love that scent. But for me, because it's giving me that, like I said, after a while, because I re-rolled it on my hand. After a while, that note dissipates and it turns gorgeous. But I just can't get past that. I can't get past that. So for me, that's not a full bottle worthy for me and my skin. But I can see people loving that one. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which was Queens Caramel from Ellis Brooklyn. So what did they say about their baby? They got on their site, Royal Decadent Delicate Treat. Says, in a faulty treat, Queen's Caramel is an ode to delectable decadence. With notes of caramel, maple sugar, white chocolate, pink salt, and milky musk, Queen's Caramel is the kind of royal treat you deserve. So this one here, let me tell you the full notes because they only told you the highlights of it. But Queen's Caramel on their site has caramel, maple sugar, wild honey, pink salt in the top. Mid has whipped coconut, vanilla orchid, white chocolate, and jasmine. And the base has vanilla bourbon, amber woods, tonka bean, and milky musk. Yes. So when I smell this one, this is another gourmand, girly's dream. When it says royal and delicate, decadent and delicate, they described it perfectly. This definitely gives you that nice richness about it. It's a nice gourmand scent. I pick up on the honey. I pick up on the caramel. That salt note in there just keeps it from going cloying on you, where it just keeps that sweetness balanced out. But I also do get the coconut in here. This one here was gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. This one also gave me good longevity. And this did garner me compliment. I did love this one. That chocolate along with that vanilla bourbon in there is amazing. I love vanilla bourbon. That is amazing in here. And then I love that they put milky musk because that's exactly what it is. It gives you that creaminess in the dry down. Creaminess but airiness at the same time to kind of keep that tonka bean and everything from being too rich. But yes, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. So the Ellis Brooklyn Queens Caramel scent is one that got an A from me. That is definitely, in my opinion, full bottle worthy. Did I even share with you guys what it looks like? Because this travel comes in a 10 ml size. And this is what theirs look like. And this is a travel spray. It's a spray. So this was amazing. I did enjoy this one. I did get good longevity with this one as well. I love the scent of this throughout the day. So Queens Caramel, like I said, got an A from me. So out of the 3 that I tried, I would definitely be willing to get a bigger size in the Phlur Afterglow and in the Ellis Brooklyn Queens Caramel. Double Dates from Skylar is no. And I wish I did. I wish it did work for me, but it just didn't. And that's just is what it is. Everything is not going to work for everyone. And that is the beautiful thing about fragrances. It's going to be something out there for everybody. And that's what I love about it. So no matter what kind of girly you are, what type of scent profile you love, there's something out there for you. And we're not going to love every single release and every little thing that comes out. And I think that's what makes it beautiful. Just like the butterflies. So you guys, that is everything I have in today's video. Tell me what you think of these fragrances. Have you gone in store and sprayed them and getting your thoughts on them? Have you picked them up already because you love them? Let me know down below what your thoughts are on those 3 fragrances. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.